Hi, it's Christian Bowman here, co-founder and fashion photographer for fashionscene.com.au. I wanted to just show you guys some of the equipment that I use for the recent event that we covered, which is the NRA Fashion Awards. And basically, I've got two bags. I've got my big pack and then an accessory bag, which sort of keep not only my little handycam video camera, which I'm recording this video on, but also I keep smaller lenses and things like lens cleaners and tape and things like that, and extra memory cards. So going to this sort of event, I found that it's easier to just have the cameras on my shoulder, all ready to go, and then have the accessory bag, which I did leave in the media room with my laptop, so that when I needed to get other things out of the bag or dump photos onto the laptop, I was able to do that. Now, I had two bodies that I used for both the red carpet arrivals and the televised award ceremony. And during the red carpet arrivals, I used the Canon 5D, not the Mark II, and the 580EX flash with the Stoffen diffuser. This worked quite well because the ceilings were quite high, so I wasn't able to bounce off anything. So I did use it actually direct on, so I'm experimenting with this a little bit, but I found that turning the exposure down on the flash, I was able to get some good shots. So I'm using the 28 to 105mm lens on this camera. It's a consumer style lens, so you don't get all the benefits of weather sealing, the fastness. So it's a f3.5 to 4.5, so it's a little bit slower in terms of the aperture speed, but using it with the flash I get some great results, especially in between f5.6 and f8. So I was able to get some great photos and some good results for this particular kit. Now you can see I'm using the external battery grip, which helps with vertical shots, but also helps with horizontal shots as well. As you can see that my thumb, well not my thumb, my pinky is able to sort of rest on that bottom part of it. So without that, I'm basically sort of cramped up the top there. So with my sort of fat fingers, I'm able to hold the camera quite comfortably. So that worked quite well. Now during the presentation of the awards, I was using the Canon 20D, which is the other body that I was using. Now it's a cropped body, which means that it's got a smaller sensor, and the multiplier is 1.6. So it's a multiplier because when you put a lens on like this one, which is a 70 to 200 2.8 IS lens, which is a full professional L series lens, you actually get a range of about between 112 to 320. So this now becomes a 300mm lens. So inside the auditorium, it meant that whilst everyone's having dinner, I didn't have to stand in front of people. I can stand from either the side of the auditorium or down the back with the other photographers. And using it on this body, it makes sense. Not only because I'm only shooting for the web, I don't need anything larger than 8 megapixels, but also it's almost twice as fast as the 5D in terms of a number of frames per second. So this one does 5 frames a second, and the 5D does 3 frames a second, so it's considerably slower. So I was able to get some good results with this. I was shooting on the night typically at ISO 800, and majority of the night I was going down to the 2.8, not because I needed to, probably because I like the softness and the bokeh effect that you can get, that you can enhance at that lot shorter aperture, or the bigger aperture I mean. So that's the kit that I use. Now you can see here I've got a couple of little accessories stuck on the neck strap. Now I've got my memory card holders. Now I've got this on both bodies, and these come with SanDisk if you buy the well, I got these with the Extreme cards that I use. Now these bodies don't really take advantage of the speed of the Extreme 4 cards that I use. So I've got two 4 gig Extreme 4 cards, which I think is about 300x speed. What that means is though, when I need to get the footage or the photos off these memory cards, it's a lot quicker than using a slower card. So I'm definitely maxed out the speed in terms of recording and the buffer on these cameras, but I get the real benefit of having faster cards when I take the photos off the cards onto the computer. So again, using the vertical grip, you really do need to use it on a smaller body like the 20D. Your hands just, I mean, you wouldn't be able to hold it. Using a lens like this would just be annoying. So I've got a little thing here which, now I actually went to a camera shop to buy, I don't think I've got it in here. You might have, some of you may have seen these on a lot of photographers, either key rings or on their neck straps, and basically it's a lens cloth which sort of fits inside this little pouch, and this is called a spud, and this is the manliest one that they had in the shop, pink, but that cost, that's $20. So I sort of did a little bit of investigating to say, okay, well, I don't want to spend $20 on something like that. Now I found this particular lens cloth holder. It is only a holder, it's not attached like that one is, but it sits like that, and that goes inside there like that, and this cost me $2.50. So I just got that from sort of, you know, Spectacle optical outlet, and it's definitely worth the money. Now I also got, I also have a couple of other lenses in here. I've got the 85mm 1.8. Now I use that during the dress rehearsals a little bit, get some great low light shots. Now when some of the models were down towards the back, the lighting was a little bit dimmer, obviously because, you know, the video cameras weren't focused on them, but what that meant is I needed to get a bit of extra speed using a 1.8 lens. This particular lens is not only great for low light, but it's also extremely fast for autofocusing. So this is actually my favourite lens. I do a lot of my fashion portraiture using this particular lens, and I also use it for catwalk stuff as well. So I definitely always like to have this one, even though most of the time I don't need it for live events. It's something that I always like to keep in my bag. Now I've also got not that one. I've got a 50mm, which is sitting in this bag, and the 50mm is not in here at the moment. Hopefully I haven't lost it. But the 50mm is a great lens to use. It's a little bit wider than the 85mm lens. Not as fast, and it's not quite up to standard in terms of build quality, but for $150, you know, you can definitely get started for low light photography. So that's basically the kit that I used in the accessory bag. Now I actually brought a little handy cam, the one that I'm recording this video with, just in case I was able to get a quick interview, which wasn't allowed inside of the venue, but if there was something outside of the venue, it's always good to be prepared. So I've got things like microphone, headphones, and obviously all the other things like batteries, important, especially for red carpet stuff where you do chew through the batteries, and things like extra memory cards, and lens cleaning accessories and things like that. So that's my kit, and thank you for watching. I'm Christian Bowman from fashionscene.com.au.